Okay, welcome back to our part 2 of the topic we have under subsidiary books of accounts. Remember, we did justice to sales daybook in our first video. So today we are going to do the same to purchase daybook or purchases journal. That's what we are going to focus on today. So come closer. Let's do this together. Now, briefly, under the purchases daybook or the purchases journals, we are going to look at the divination, the format, and illustrations, as well as how it can be posted into the ledger account, which is the principal book of account. Okay, remember in our first video, I told you that in accounting we have two books of account, and that is the principal books of account and the subsidiary books of account. So on today's video, we will do justice to the purchase 6-day book or purchase journal. Just come closer. Let's do this together. Firstly, let's briefly look at the divination of purchases daybook. You need to understand that this is a division of the subsidiary books of account in which all transactions that involves credit purchase are being recorded on it. And you should also notice that under the purchases daybook, any cash purchase will not be recorded there, as well as the purchase of fixed assets will not be recorded here. So we'll only consider purchase that has to do with the credit transaction. Okay. So let's quickly look at the format of the purchase daybook. Purchase daybook. Okay, so it's the same format we used. It's the same format like that of sales daybook. We have the date, the particulars, we have the volume, we have the details, and we have the total. Okay, this is the format. Okay, this is how it looks like. Same with the sales daybook. Remember that this particular daybook do not follow the double entry principle. It's one-sided account. And we said in our first video that subsidiary books of account has to do with those accounts in which all transactions that happens in organization are initially posted there first before they are being transferred to the principal book of accounts. So under this, I've said earlier that any purchase of fixed assets will not find expression here. You don't have to record such transaction here. And any purchase that has to do with cash, you will not find expression here. This is just for cash, for credit purchases. Any purchase that the company gets from a supplier will be recorded here as far as it has to do with credit transaction. So under the date, this has to do with the day, the month, and the year the transaction actually take place in the organization. And this particular has to do with the brief description of what the organization actually purchased at that date. Then value shows the invoice number or the sales ledger where the transaction will be posted into. And these details comprise of all the items that was purchased at that particular date, and the total give us the summary of the amount in question. So today we are going to pick out illustration and do justice to it. Let's look at one illustration. Just one. Okay, let's look at this company's name, Dangote. Let's use Dangote company. We are so familiar with it. Let's use it for our illustration. This is the name of the company we are looking at. So let's assume we normally purchase, this is the company name. We normally make some purchases from a supplier, maybe two suppliers. Let's say it, Mr. Samuel Samuel. That's our first supplier. And this transaction took place on, let's call it November 8th, 2020. Okay. What did the company, Dangote company, really purchase from Mr. Samuel? Okay, let's say 30 rulers. Let's say rulers at 50 naira each. Okay. On that same date, we make another purchase. Let's say 16 pairs of shoes at the rate of, let's say, 70 naira each. And a discount of 15% was actually given or issued to Dangote company for making such purchases. Let's say 15% trade discount was issued out. Okay, then on November, still that same month, 10, 2020, Dangote company also make a purchase from Miss Ruth. Okay, let's say he purchases 10 shoes at the rate of 500 naira each. And you also make purchase 5 shades. Let's say 5 shades at the rate of 50 naira each. And a discount of 5%, trade discount, 5% trade discount was given. All right, let's see how we can actually bring this into book of accounts known as the subsidiary books under purchase. Remember this purchase, and it has to do with the credit transaction. Don't forget this, that this transaction will be picked from the purchase invoice book. Okay, so let's see how we can post it here. Remember, this is the format for the purchase day book. So here we have the date. We have the date. Just write here solution. We want to solve it and see how we can post it to the principal book of accounts. Write the particulars, have the volume, and we have the details and the total. Okay, having done this, you need to post the transaction. Remember what we did in our sales playbook. You do the same here. The date on November, have November 8th, 2020. What really happened? We purchased, oh, remember to write the name of the company. This is Dangote. Dangote purchases day book. Don't forget that. Okay. So we said Dangote purchased from Mr. Samuel. Mr. Samuel, 30 rulers at the rate of 50 naira each. Okay, 50 naira each. Then you also make 16 He purchased 16 pairs of shoes at the rate of 70 naira each. Write a list, trade discount of 5% from it. Okay, having done that, that's the first transaction that Dangote company engages itself with. Let's see how we can solve that together. Okay, so we are going to say 30 times 30 multiplied by 50. That quickly give us 1,500 naira. Come here, right here, 1,500 naira. Remember, this column is for the invoice number or the purchase ledger where this transaction will be posted to. So just write the PL. Okay, are we together? Having done that, do the same here, 16 times. That's 16 times 70 naira. And you are left with, you are given 1,120 naira. Add it up. If you add this to 1,500, you have 2,620 naira. Okay. Okay, that is it, 2,620 naira. And we are asked to less, we are asked to less 5% trade discount. Remember that discount is a reduction. Don't forget that. It's a deduction in the selling price of a product. So we will now say 5 divided by 100. Let's do it here. Say 5 divided by 100 times the amount, 2,620. Put all in brackets here. So we now have the discount we are being given is just 131 naira. 131 naira becomes the discount given to Dangote for purchasing these items. So we are going to list it from the list price of that product, which is 2,620 naira. So minus this from this, you are left with 2,000. So you take it to the total now. 2,489. Please hold on. Let's write it properly. So you come here, you write 2,489. That's the amount Dangote is going to pay to Mr. Samuel. We are done with the first transaction now. So on November 10, the company still makes some purchases. Let's say November 10. The date is very important. Don't fail to include it. 2020. And the supplier, what's the name? We have here Miss Ruth. Miss Ruth is the supplier. Line it, okay? So we have 10 shoes. 10 shoes at the rate of 500 naira each. And we have 5 sheets. 5 sheets at naira 50 each. And if we were given a discount of 5%. 5% trade discount. So include it here. 5% trade discount. Very, very important. Include the discount. We're going to less it. So let's do the calculation now. 10 times, if we say 10 multiplied by 500, what will be the answer? That is 5,000 naira. So you come here. Under the details, write here 5,000 naira. Under it. Okay, are we together? So if you multiply 5, do the same here. 5 times 50. What will you have? We have 250 naira. Add it up. So we have 5,250. Let's less a discount. Come here, say 5 divided by 100. That's 5% trade discount times 5,000. 5,250 naira. Okay, mo. When you multiply it by 5% trade discount that was given, you have here 262 naira 550 kobo. Okay, so we are going to less this from the price, the total price of the product, which is 5,000. Let's say 5,250 minus 262 naira 0.50 kobo, and that gives you 4,000. So we have 4,987.5. 4,987.5. Okay. So we are done with that one. What you need to do now is to add up the total. So just add it up. Say 2,489 plus 4,987.5, and the total is, the grand total is 7,000. We have 7,476.5. That's 0.50 kobo. That's the amount. 7,476 naira 50 kobo. This particular amount here, the total, will be posted in the principal book of account known as the purchase account, and you are going to debit this particular amount. So you come here, right here, transferred to, so transferred to ledger account. And remember, it will be on the debit side of the account, to be on the debit side of the purchase account. So let's see how we can now post it into the ledger account. Remember, under this, we are going to look at 2 accounts under the ledger. Just follow me, you get it. All right, so let's quickly look at how it is being done. So you come here. This is what you do. Under the ledger account, we have the purchase ledger and we have the personal ledger. Remember, under this personal ledger, it has to do with the suppliers that Dangote company make a transaction with. So that's the personal ledger account we are looking at. Don't fail to include account. These are accounts. Okay, we wanted to post this. Let's look at how we can actually transfer this to the ledger account. Remember that ledger account is the principal book of accounts, which follows the double entry principle that said that every debit entry must have a corresponding credit entry in another account. So this is what will happen exactly. So you say purchase account, you need to write the purchase account, right? Purchase account, that's ledger account, don't forget. Purchase ledger account. It has the credit and the debit side. So ruling, let's use the T format. Remember I said that the total amount will be debited. So you come here, because purchase ledger account receive these items. So you come here and say purchase, credit purchase. What's the amount? We have 7,476.5. 7,406.5. That is the amount you post under the purchase ledger. That's the amount you post, 7,476.5 kobo. So let's look at how we will post the rest under the personal ledger account now. Okay, so under the personal ledger account, this is how it is being done. Remember, we are looking at those suppliers now. We have Mr. Samuel and we have Miss Ruth. Okay, so you come here in Mr. Samuel's account. Mr. Samuel's account. We are going to credit this account because Mr. Samuel's account gives those items out to Dangote company. We sell it out on credit. So we are going to credit it. Credit the amount. And remember, you don't have to post the lump sum. Two suppliers are involved here. So you pick individual amount. So the amount of this person, Mr. Samuel, is 2,400. So you come here. Since he gives out value, you credit according to the law of double entry. Credit the giver. So come here, you write here purchase. And the amount is 2,489 naira. That's how it is being done. Very simple. And you pick the next supplier. That's another personal ledger account, which is Miss Ruth. Miss Ruth account. We have the credit. Use the T format, the credit and the debit. Okay, and we are going to credit this account because it gives out value. It gives out value according to the principle. So the amount we have here is 4,000. Come here, write purchase. I'm so sorry. Just write purchase. Purchase, how much? We have 4,980. Okay, let's do it properly. Okay, we have purchase 4,987.5. 987.5. You close the account. This is how it will appear. This is how we can now transfer from the subsidiary books of account to the principal book of account. And remember that each of these subsidiary books of account come in two ways when they are posting it on the principal book of account. That means the actual account, which is the purchase account, and the personal ledger account, which has to do with the customers or individuals that the business actually transacts with. Okay, so remember under here, you also need to write under the volume amount PL because this is a purchase ledger. You post all this to a purchase ledger account. So this is how it is being done. Remember, I said earlier when we start this that in under purchase day book, anything that has to do with the purchase of fixed asset of the company, you will not find expression here. You don't have to record it here. And anything that has to do with cash purchase, you will not record it under the purchase day book. It's only credit purchase that you find expression here. And whenever you want to transfer the total amount of the purchase table, you have to debit the purchase ledger account and credit the personal ledger account. Okay, so we are going to stop here. I've been able to do justice to the purchase table. So on our next video, I'm going to ensure that I do justice to returns outward journals. So thank you so much for watching. Don't fail to follow, drop a comment, and like, share. God bless you.